TV umpire to director, we have a player review. Can we rock and roll, please?
Hello and welcome to the Bits and Pieces podcast, the friendliest cricket podcast. It's episode 165 in a week when CSK has become Chicken 65. That's right. The yellow shirts that were once known for passion and MSD are now deep fried red with a dash of Ashana and MSG, looking up from their rightful place at the bottom of the IPL table. To talk about Chennai's decline, we have a knowledgeable crowd assembled today, all of them funnily from the same city, the city of Bombay, this week. This podcast is usually famous for being transcontinental, but for some reason today everybody is huddled up in Bombay, and I'm sure it is to try and find out how did this team manage to lose, of all teams, to Chennai Super Kings. Yes, CSK won only one match so far this season, and that was against Mumbai. I am Nitin Sundar. I am an MI Emirate today sitting in Dubai, and along with me, the Mumbai bandwagon, it's Mohan Krishnamurthy traveling from Australia to Bombay this week, along with Varun Murli and Tony Sebastian. Say hello, boys.
Hello.
Hi.
Take it away. Varun, you've been watching more of the IPL than all of us, I believe. So it's over to you to tell us.
As Ruturaj told MSD, take it away. I am done with this. Please. Enna veda padingo.
He also said youngest player is becoming the captain. So youngest player, Vamu, take it away for the next 1 hour because I haven't watched much of the IPL at all, even though it's been hitting me in my face every restaurant I've been to.
So I think the key development this week's IPL, as we bear the sweltering heat in Bombay, is I have been carefully counting down the number of trees that are getting planted every day in this IPL. It is like an incredible initiative. You finish an IPL game, every day there is some meme around some forest growing somewhere, whether be it Chennai, be it Kolkata, be it Gujarat. I think the IPL will singularly address the problem of climate change in India, biggest number of trees that are getting grown. Honestly, again, it's been another week of fairly one-sided games and lots of nonsensical stuff happening on the field. You had Abhishek Sharma yesterday, no? Holding up a piece of paper, this is for the Orange Army and stuff like that. I thought this will be some proper dedication or somebody has criticized him and all that.
No, so to put this in context, Hank, Vamu, me and Chops were together yesterday, hanging out, but also according to Hank, inevitable that we had to watch the match because it is there on a big screen right in front of Hank. So as much as he didn't want to watch it, it was in our face. But one thing that was not in our face was whatever Abhishek Sharma held up. Despite it being a big screen, we're hey, what did he hold up? All you can see is one white paper, okay? And the guy claims that he woke up that morning and said he's following that Ashton Hall routine, obviously, where he's journaling from 501 to 502. Only that much time is there as an alpha male for him to write something. Very clearly, he wrote on a small piece of paper.
I actually thought he held something up saying, talk now, wave or something like that.
Yeah, and it said, this is for the Orange Army. Is it come on, at least
This is dedicated to Orange
some
Army.
fire caption. No, yeah.
Exactly. So from Dinesh Ramdin holding out we've talked now, which was about 10-15 years back, to this is dedicated to Orange Army. Cricket has come a long way, guys. But there have been differing versions of what exactly is the history and the story behind this sheet that Abhishek Sharma held out. Firstly, Abhishek Sharma said that he wrote it on the morning of the match because he felt that today might be the day and he should dedicate something. Travis had said he's been carrying it in his pocket for the last 6 matches. So already there is some dissonance there.
But we can't move on from this without Chops shouting at the screen as he listens to the podcast without saying, Abhishek Sharma, basically, unlike Ashwin, said, I have the sheets, right? So, Chops, this is for you. Right?
So, Abhishek Chopra is talking for all the Abhisheks out there, is it?
So, Travis Head, amazing guy. I think he's been the player of this IPL.
Did you see that video of Travis Head walking through a supermarket somewhere and people were
Yeah, yeah.
asking him for autographs or video or something? He said, "Nah, piss off," and stuff like that.
He didn't.
And
He wasn't rude actually. He just
he
said, "No,
wasn't.
sorry, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
wasn't.
want to do it." And if you see that entire video, by the end of it, the fans are complaining. He's complaining to the watchman that, "What, bro? We are big fans. So he's putting too much of attitude, bro. He's not giving me photographs.
Headweight.
Too much head weight." Oh, nicely done.
Hey, so he should have followed Abhishek Sharma's example, no, and carried some autographs in his pocket, and whenever someone asks, give it. Like you don't have to autograph it then and there. Like efficiency.
Travis Head has been in some major shithousery mode ever since he landed this IPL, right? Besides that supermarket incident, there was some sledging incident with Stoinis and Maxwell of all people yesterday. They're having a go at each other for no reason. Again,
Yeah.
it was just like an innocuous ball. He gets beaten. Maxwell's doesn't, and like Head goes up to him and like, why are you oohing, eyeing and stuff like that. Besides that, I think Travis Head also did a wonderful one of these feature interviews, right, where you're asked like, who is your favorite cricketer, what is your favorite food, etc. and stuff like that.
Mamu, one second, Mamu. Yesterday we all had dinner. Where did you watch this Stoinis thing? We were all together.
This is the thing that we all watch the same cricket match, but Vamu sees things that you don't.
That is why Vamu is the analyst. Correct.
So, like, he's asked like his favorite batsman, Rohit Sharma, favorite captain,
He's
Rohit
asked
Sharma.
if you wanted one Indian cricketer to be Australian, who would it be, basically?
Hank.
Answer was Rohit Sharma. Like, this is like some mega get back for all the trolling he has done like Rohit Sharma over the last couple of years. So it's been like fun. I think Travis Head has just like written off this IPL completely and he's just here to have some fun, it seems, basically.
But did you guys see the Travis Head other staged video, which was something called Hydra Baddies, where they break into Chinnaswamy Stadium and it just says Bangalore because apparently you can't use IPL names or franchise names, etc. Right? Which is another weird thing. This whole tournament, nobody can say IPL except us, apparently, till we get sued. Everyone calls it the Indian T20 League or whatever. So in this video, it just says Bangalore, and then these guys, Travis Head breaks in with the Uber motorcycle or whatever it is, and then goes and writes royally challenged Bangalore, and then he escapes from there. Obviously, it is at midnight because otherwise, how will you escape Bangalore traffic? So they've done all that, like logistics and all.
Also, how will you get Uber in Bangalore unless it is midnight?
Correct.
So this was an Uber ad, is it? So Uber is not an official partner, so they cannot use IPL brand name.
Okay, what is the funda here? Tell this.
I'm sure as someone who has worked in marketing in India for the last many years, you are aware of this. Why are you asking me to explain this to you? Unless you have doled out millions of dollars to the IPL to get some kind of branding rights or sponsor rights, you are not allowed to use the IPL marks or the IPL terms. And that includes the abbreviation IPL itself, Indian Premier League, the team names, and so on and so forth. And every year, the IPL diligently puts out this document. And they always put this document out 2 days or 1 day before the tournament starts. So all these people who are trying to do some kind of surrogate marketing and get away with it will not get the information they need in time, except, right at the last minute. So, and as someone who has every year tried to operate on the margins, I can tell you that this document always comes very much at the last minute. So, yeah. So I guess Uber is not one of the partners.
But Vamu, you mentioned several people, Stoinis, Maxwell, Head, etc., etc. But tell me, who's the biggest alpha on the ground yesterday? It is Hank's favorite player, Shreyas Iyer.
I know. The answer is Shreyas Iyer. Because unlike you guys were struggling to read what Abhishek Sharma had written because it is written very faintly. Shreyas Iyer, hey, loose, what have you written? Give me, let me read it properly. And then he folded it and put it into his pocket.
Shreyas Iyer basically borrowed Abhishek Sharma's sheet to say, hey, let me see, what is it? What have you written?
What handwriting is this? Why can't you write more neatly? Yeah.
Talking of handwriting, that fellow is still putting signature on the ground, that Digvesh Rathi.
So actually, I was expecting that what Abhishek Sharma takes out is going to be Digvesh Rathi's autograph for people because he has been signing up a lot of those things. Unlike Travis. Maybe Travis can give away Digvesh Rathi autographs to people who accost him at various different supermarkets and malls and so on.
This was not even Shreyas Iyer's biggest alpha moment yesterday. It was when I think Glenn Maxwell was bowling to Abhishek Sharma and there was an LBW appeal. And Maxwell immediately did review and then the umpire did review, right? He called for the third umpire. And then Shreyas Iyer standing somewhere on the square, he's like, hey, what the fuck? You have to ask me first. Like he actually like yelled at the umpire saying, and then umpire is like, do you want to review? He's like, review.
Yeah. No,
but
before
follow protocol. Yeah. No, what nonsense is this?
Absolutely.
Come in the line. You come in the line.
Shreyas Iyer batted superbly. He's in incredible form. Hank, please tell us what is the secret of Shreyas Iyer's batting form?
I have not, and absolutely no idea. I would not watch a single innings of what he has played. But
yesterday you watched, Maddy. Dirty fellow.
I was sitting with my back to the TV. There's a huge, monster of a TV. I was sitting with my back to it. But Vamu was sitting next to me. Later on, I realized he's actually looking into a mirror. So whatever he saw was true.
He watched Abhishek Sharma bat right-handed, Shreyas Iyer bat left-handed.
So, just like all these players under pressure have their backs to the wall, Hank has his back to the IPL. That's how much he is against it come IPL season. I have a technical question for you guys. Do you know a sheet of paper, how many times you can fold before you cannot fold it
7.
anymore? So, Abhishek Sharma also would have folded the sheet of paper about 7 times, right? And the question remains, what is the half-life of this sheet of paper that you put in the pocket?
Why is it 7? For a reason.
Yeah. So yeah, Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma have differing versions already about the age of that paper that was in Abhishek Sharma's pocket.
Hey, maybe he wrote the same sheet every day. That would have been amazing. Like every morning he wakes up. This is for Orange.
So what does he do at the end of the day? He's had a very bad IPL until now. At the end of the day, what he just sets fire to it or something? Is it?
That I don't know. Maybe it's filed away.
Key question is this, right? It is Pat Cummins's team, and when players take papers out of their pocket when they're playing in Pat Cummins's team, usually it ends up in trouble. So for this time, thankfully, it was a soft piece of paper, and nobody got into any trouble. So yeah, that was there.
No, but I was asking, while we make fun of Abhishek Sharma.
Hey, what fun to have unbelievable innings. There's nothing to make fun of. And so cute, man. It's so nice when people put nice stuff like this.
Who's talking about cricket and all here? Talking about the sheet of paper. But during our childhood / whenever you've turned up for a match, I'm sure at some point you've taken a banner along. What was written on the banner, Nitin Sundar, when you took it? And what match was this?
To the stadium?
Yeah.
Shoaib Akhtar. Amazing to watch you live when I went to Chepak.
I'm not asking a hypothetical question. I was asking
I never took that. East or West India is best. And they would promptly get taken away by the cop at the before you enter.
So this is, I remember, I think it was 1998, I'm sure. Nitin will correct me. 1998 April 1st was the first match in
Kochi one day. Yes.
Sachin Tendulkar came. So my dad wrote the banner for us, which my brother and I proudly carried. It said, Sachin in Cochin, fix him with 6s. And then promptly he got out for 8 runs or something. And then we had to scratch out 6s and make it wickets because he famously took 5 wickets there. Yeah.
Oh, sure. If your dad actually wanted to take the pun all the way, he could have said, Sachin in Cochin, in the Cochin the Perum Sachin. That would have been perfect. Except he should have made you hold it up and not Sachin.
But my MCG banner moment was, I think, 2003, the Sehwag Test, 194, in which Shane Warne was absent, so Stuart MacGill was bowling. And for some reason, the Victorians really didn't like Stuart MacGill a lot. So I had a banner. I prepared a whole bunch of banners with some friends of mine and all that. I held a banner and it said, has anyone seen Stuart MacGill's googly? He'd like it back, please. And I held it up. For some reason, the Age thought it was really funny, and they actually featured it in the Age the following day, saying this is how much Victorians hate Stuart MacGill or anyone from New South Wales and so on.
And you should have also, in true MCG fashion, offered up a beer to everybody every time MacGill bowled a googly.
whiskey, not beer.
Tell the story here first.
Yeah, so there was a guy at the MCG who said that on the last day, I think he said on day 5, he said, if this guy scores a century, scotch for everyone. No.
No. If Rohit Sharma crosses 10 runs, beer on me for everyone in the stand. And Rohit was on 8 runs for like 55 minutes or something. That was actually his longest innings in the entire series. He batted nearly for an hour and scored 8 runs, I think. And in the end, that fellow came back and he's like, what the hell? Nobody got beer, unfortunately, on that day. Yeah.
I also had this banner, guys, post the start of BNP, which is friend at the stadium. Yeah, this was at the Wankhede.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Beautiful.
I think Abhishek Sharma, if you need tips on how to write banners,
how to write neatly.
I think we are all forgetting like true like banner champion is Abhishek Chopra, given how much he's been following Bannerman all these years.
Correct. He's the original Bannerman. Big fan of Charles Bannerman. No, but this is a theme, right? We had Dinesh Ramdin and Viv Richards, and from that we had this come down to this extremely cute message that isn't like, taking panga at anybody. And similarly, right, this whole incident involving the Australian players, I think was blown out of proportion. Because if you look at Stoinis, right, it's actually, he was play acting. He was actually smiling when he came to shoulder bar head or whatever. And Maxwell also seemed to be smiling as he was going away. But this IPL so far has been so bereft of real controversy that people are blowing up these non-events as if they are big things. But they're not actually.
Hey, why are we talking about CSK now?
Because you showed NSG, let's bring it back to MSG and MSD. Yeah. So, but before we get to CSK, one more thing. I think in the list of choreographed celebrations that stood out, I think KL Rahul's Kantara celebration, I think, will go down. Will literally go down in folklore. Because, folklore.
Vamu, as the torch bearer of Prince KL Rahul.
No, I think KL is like back with a real vengeance this season. He's like talking trash after every game. It's almost as if like he's had 1 year with Abhishek Nair and Abhishek Nair has said like cut out this good boy image that you have and like be the badass, grow your hair long and stuff like that. In fact, there was like a lovely tweet somebody had put before the auction where somebody had mentioned like KL, grow your hair and come back to RCB, because I think in 2018, whenever it was when KL was with RCB and had that dream season, he had long hair at that point in time. So I think KL kept up his end of the bargain. He started growing his hair, but unfortunately RCB didn't bid for him basically. So I think
he was not the heir apparent.
Their entire season has been mired in controversy.
He was here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, I think fantastic innings first of all. Like some of the batting in that game was truly top notch on a slightly difficult wicket, and you could see that at the end of the day, KL was like super thrilled, and many thought of it as like an aggressive celebration as a message to RCB, etc. But I think it was just KL being KL. Like
Kantara, Lokesh, Rahul.
You realize one thing, Vamu. Our friend Iman is going to be extremely upset because through this IPL, there are 4 players that have done exceedingly well, all of whom Iman really doesn't like that much at all. One is KL. We talked about him already. The other is Shreyas.
Iman likes KL Rahul, man. Since when does he not like KL Rahul?
Let's just proceed with this. The other one is Shreyas. Okay.
Hey, what? You're putting Shreyas Iyer hate on Iman. What is this? Like, so convenient.
Iman can hate anyone randomly, okay? But the next two are incredible because he has actually expressed openly, his dislike. One is Famous, who's doing exceedingly well, and Vamu's been...
For our long-suffering listeners who have no idea what we mean when we say famous, we are talking about Prasidh Krishna, guys. In Hindi, Prasidh means famous. Okay, thank you. And please continue.
Fourth one, which is really the crazy one, is who's doing exceedingly well.
Mamad.
No, Bedex.
Oh, then it is actually 5 people. So
Mohammad Siraj as well.
Siraj?
Yeah. So all of Iman's favorites have been doing well. That is true. And
hey, once again, why do you have a Delhi Capitals jersey to begin with?
That's a good question.
Undefeated. Only undefeated team, no? Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Then that's why I'm wearing
Yeah.
the jersey. There you go.
Unless they have a match later today, in which case this is proper. BNP Jinx. I'm pretty sure.
Beauty of that Kantara celebration was how apt it was for Bangalore. Because what is the celebration? He actually draws the circumference of that ground and then he plants his bat in the middle of it and says, "This is my territory." Chinnaswamy Stadium is the only stadium that one human being can stand and draw one circle. That's how small
Hey,
that
this
outfield
is like that joke, guys. This is basically KL Rahul being Ganapati saying,
correct.
Go around the world. Chinnaswamy is my world. He goes around and then wins the whole thing.
Yeah. But if you watch Kantara, right, after that he also roars. The Rishabh Shetty, whatever the name of the actor in that film, he makes that funny roaring noise. But KL didn't roar. You could lip read him and he says, "This is my fucking ground." Right? It was very clear and all the cameras caught it. And people are like, okay, this is, Rishabh Pant has also been having a very, very poor season. Okay, it's time for KL Rahul to come back into India's T20 team as the wicketkeeper and replacing Rishabh
With
Pant.
so many wicketkeepers doing well, apparently.
Dhoni, Sanju Samson, Rishabh Pant all having great seasons. That is true.
No, the other fellow is having a great time.
Dhruv Jurel.
No. Jitesh
Ishan
Sharma.
Kishan. Jitesh Sharma. No, boda.
Hank, I am impressed by your level of research, man. Like Jitesh Sharma of all people, you plucked out of nowhere, basically.
Hank has it in his pocket, right?
And Ishan Kishan as well.
Ishan Kishan was struggling to spot a ball yesterday, right? He was trying to field in the outfield and Pat Cummins had to come and pick up the ball because he couldn't find the ball. So generally Indian wicketkeepers not having a very good time, both capped as well as uncapped wicketkeepers, which brings us to...
So SRH is no longer at the bottom of the table. Who is at the bottom of the table now? This is the key question.
So the funny thing is, you see a lot of the CSK fans have had a bit of a meltdown, right? And Instagram is full of this now, where there are two clear
about
factions.
Fucking time, man. It's only taken several years.
So there are two factions within the fans itself. One is this: we have supported this team for 18 years and they have always been winning. Just because they have one bad season, you cannot turn against the team. And then you have the more sane people who are like, what the fuck is this team playing? They're not even trying to do anything. They don't have openers, they don't have bowlers, they don't have middle order, they don't have anything. And Dhoni comes at number 9. What these first group of fans seem to forget is CSK have had really bad seasons, like a few times in the last few years. Except that every alternate year they somehow manage to win also or come very close to winning. So, and that gets neutralized and forgotten or whatever. But they have been crap multiple seasons in the recent past. I think 2020 maybe one of those years, and another during COVID there was one year where they were again bottom of the thing. But take it away, Tony, as a long-term CSK hater. This is your chance to shine. For a moment, let's move the spotlight away from New Zealand to the other news in your cupboard.
CSK is half New Zealand anyway, so take it away.
That is true.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think the strapline is Dhoni's body is writing Chepoks. Sorry, Dhoni's ego is writing Chepoks, his body can't cash, right? Basically, like it's come home to...
Hey, Digvesh Rathi is only Dhoni's body, Amazing. Go on.
No, but I think explain this to me, somebody, is that apparently Ruturaj got injured on 30th March and he had an elbow fracture. Then he continued to play 2-3 games after that. Which suddenly they realized elbow was broken last financial year only. So now we will take him out. Like what is this like injury based, or is there a more tactical reason to this? Like what exactly happened?
Actually, you're reading too much into this. I think with a broken elbow, Ruturaj is still amongst the best 11 players in the Chennai Super Kings squad. That is why they were playing him. Until the hand just fell off. Like one piece just fell off and they're like, okay, now he probably is not in the best 11 anymore. So,
true. And I think, once he was removed and Dhoni is made captain, I think at least you were like, okay, instinctively there might be some adrenaline or something, they'll win one match, but that was the worst match that they've played against KKR, right? So like,
what adrenaline, man? Like bunch of 35-40-year-olds, like what adrenaline they are going to have? Like you expect like suddenly Dhoni became captain, who has to get adrenaline? Ash and like you really expect them to like at this age, like you have to give him adrenaline, ask him to like say like do your YouTube show again. That is what will give him adrenaline.
There was a show that I watched during the CSK. They were playing KKR, right? CSK KKR match.
Shrikant and Shrikant's son.
No. There was this. I don't know who it was that was
Ashanna
saying.
and P-Dog.
P-Dog speaks.
I'll come to P-Dog in a minute. But the guy said something like Dhoni wasn't out because if he was out, he would have walked. He got hit on the off an inside edge. The slipper
Correct. Yeah.
didn't show it, but he raised his bat, so it must be right or something. And they asked Hayden, what do you think? Was he out or not? He said the scoreboard says it's out. No, just get on with the game. That's about it. So
Correct.
that's. But the P-Dog got so pissed off, he's sitting and giving some commentary and analysis in the PSL apparently because they asked Ashana to shut his TV show or something like that. This is crazy, man. Only in the IPL can shit like this happen. For years, Ashana has been doing commentary on the Indian cricket team itself about how to play, how not to play, and all this sort of stuff. Nothing has happened there, and now in the IPL, he's been asked to shut down his CSK channel.
This is what we've been telling you, Hank. The IPL is actually the model for good governing principles.
Yeah, right.
International cricket has to learn from the IPL.
Come on, man.
That is what you're saying.
That reminds me, in the previous episode, or maybe the one before that, Max was waxing lyrical about how if a number 9 wicketkeeper gives him 10 runs, he will take it any day. Now, the question that you have to ask...
If Dhoni gives 10 runs, all of Chennai will take it. He's not giving 10 runs, so that is the problem.
Yeah, but why is a wicketkeeper batting at number 9? That's the first question to ask.
That's how deep they bat.
Yeah.
That's how deep the hole they are.
No, actually, if you look at CSK over the years, right, this counterintuitive crap at the auction is something that they've been doing for years together. And because somehow it used to work, right, you will get Ambati Raidu and make a player out of him. You will get Robin Uthappa, who everyone has discarded, and then you will come and use him as a finisher and win some games. You will get Ajinkya Rahane, who doesn't make it to Mumbai's third 11, and suddenly he's your number 3 and he's going bang. All of this works. Shivam Dube can't score a run, and then suddenly he comes and becomes your sixth hitter. You have like what Tushar Deshpande, Manpreet Goni. They've been doing this kind of crap for a really long time, right? And there are certain principles that Chennai used to do well, which was keep the squad size small, keep the team very cohesive, try and maximize home advantage. This was like the basic things that none of the IPL teams used to do in the first 10 years or so. Unfortunately, now every team knows that these are the things that you have to do. And the other teams have also moved ahead, right? They're also like actually doing talent scouting. They are playing T20 cricket the way it should be played. These guys are still stuck in the 2010s. They're playing whatever used to work for them. And I think Dhoni is like the perfect flag bearer, right? If you look at the early CSK years, Chennai used to win because they'll play T20 the way Dhoni used to play one-day cricket. Except now, everyone is playing Test cricket the way you should be playing T20 cricket. And those guys are still playing IPL as if it is one-dayers, right? They're taking it deep, looking for ones and twos, all this rubbish. And now, finally, it has stopped working. I think there was this other meme, which I thought was slightly dark. It was that scene from the Dhoni movie where he says, I'm not going to pick... Tendulkar, Sehwag and Gambhir in the same 11 because they're all not fit. And of course, that is Sushant Singh Rajput who is saying that in that scene. And the caption below was both the player that is being depicted and the actor who is playing this are both dead. I was like, wow, that sort of hit home.
I mean, forget how they are playing. It's also revealing what their continuing beliefs are. Because even after Dhoni captained the last match, he actually did come out and say that we are not a type of side who will score 60 runs in 6 overs. We won't hit sixes in the power plays. We are more like we have batsmen who will time the ball, stroke the ball, etc. So it's weird. It's as
one-day cricket.
They still continue to hold those beliefs in a very steadfast manner. So yeah, I mean, I think whatever is coming to them, they deserve it fully. It's just like an archaic way of going about T20 cricket. But it'll be interesting to see what happens after the season, whether they'll finally some calls are made or whether they'll stick with this drama for another season basically. Because I think it was Harsha who asked Dhoni about
5 years back
whether he is retired. No, during this season, or maybe the press or somebody after one of those games where he won an award for hitting most number of sixes in the last over and stuff like that. So I think somebody asked him, there are murmurs of retirement and all that. So he shut them out saying I will play this season and I'll see where I am at next season basically.
Correct.
So it's just weird basically.
I don't know why we are getting so deep into this. Is it really Dhoni's fault? It's not like anyone else in the team is performing, right?
No, you have to ask what did they do in the auction, right? So you have Devon Conway, who doesn't make the New Zealand team, guys. He doesn't make the New Zealand 11. Okay. And for people who might not have listened to prior episodes featuring Tony, let me paraphrase. New Zealand is as big as Mylapore, guys, which is like a suburb in interior Madras. Devon Conway is not even the best amongst the 11 best players in Mylapore. And he is your opener.
That's why he's not called Levin Conway.
It is 7 for a reason. 7 Conway. Then they went
Yemen
to the auction
Conway.
and they actually paid money to get Vijay Shankar, guys. Can you believe this? And Deepak Huda.
And R. Ashwin, let's not forget.
No, at least Ashwin, you can understand. There's some nostalgia element to it. It's not justifiable, by the way. Sam Curran and Ashwin, at least you can say, oh, these guys have CSK DNA. They've won with this team in the past. So let's bring them back. Maybe we'll recreate the magic. That is the team's philosophy. But what are you doing with Rahul Tripathi? Like, why would you get Rahul Tripathi in an auction? Who was it who described Rahul Tripathi's batting? I think PDP described it well on the WhatsApp group. Wait.
Some earthquake thing, no? Some earthquake at
Yeah.
He did some
Chepak or
weird
something.
stance this time, is it? I didn't see.
Yeah.
No, he always does it. No, he's become one of those.
Yeah, he is like the Bedex equivalent when he is batting, basically. So he just has to.
Actually, what PDP said was, Machan, look at him, da. It's like a Looney Tunes depiction of electrocution. So he stands there, he wiggles his backside, his front side, he holds his bat up. He's also wearing that shiny helmet and all of that. See, all of that's fine. People have their own methods and everything. But why would you go and buy these guys in 2025? How is this an auction strategy that you will get Deepak Huda, Rahul Tripathi and Vijay Shankar, and this is your middle order? Devon Conway is already your opening batsman and MS Dhoni bats at 9. No, who is going to score the runs in this team? Right? Like, there is no plan. There's nothing to score runs, right?
Rachin Ravindra.
Rachin Ravindra. Someone said you took down the best player from the Champions Trophy also along with the squad. Yeah. And then, let's not talk about Ashwin. I think they believe that Ashwin is going to be the next captain. Whenever Dhoni decides to hang his boots. Ashwin is just coming into his prime as a peak CSK player at the age of 42, 43. When Dhoni finally says, okay guys, I've had enough. Over to you. Ashwin and Jadeja have not been able to finish their spells because on the turning pitch in Chennai, they're not good enough to bowl. And Noor Ahmed has been the one spinner who has been doing well for CSK. Yeah, it's a complete comedy team.
Forget all of that. Like, for Ash Khanna's mastery of left-handers over the years, that montage where Sunil Narine bashes him for the last 10 years is a thing of absolute beauty.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That fellow Sunil Narine, he can't move an inch. Yesterday, I don't know if anybody watched that CSK KKR game. I think it was Vijay Shankar who popped up a ball to him and he was fielding. That game was so funny. You had Sunil Narine fielding at mid-off to a CSK batsman and that guy it was straight to him. And Sunil, he dropped it. And Sunil Narine just kept standing there. He didn't even bother go chasing after the ball and everything. Then he realizes nobody is going after it. So he walks to go get the ball basically.
Like Ishan Kishan, he was also hoping Pat Cummins will come and pick up the ball for him after putting it down. No, but this is the thing, right? Sunil Narine, there are these funny memes about Narine, right? When he takes a wicket, he has the same expression. When he bowls a dot ball, same expression. If he gets hits for 6, same. He once bowled a maiden to Nicholas Puran in the super over, guys. I'm not making, none of these words are made up, by the way. Even at that point, he has the same expression on his face. But you have to give it to Ashwin, right? He's the one person who has managed to piss off even Sunil Narine because he's been going after Narine for years now. Once long back, he came wearing full sleeves and bowled with Narayan's action. Just so that people will ask him, why are you doing this? And he's like, oh, I also want to take advantage. More recently, in one of his videos also, he again went after Narine and said something about, I don't talk about bowlers who bowl with full sleeves or some crap. I think Narine has been listening to all this and he's like, fuck you, man, I'll smash you. So Narine bowls with half sleeves these days, also.
So basically, you are saying Sunil Narine is the immovable object and R. Ashwin is the irresistible farce. Right? This is got it.
Actually, if R. Ashwin runs into Sunil Narine, it's two immovable objects, basically. Nothing happens after that. Both of them are perfectly made for each other. Hey, you come. I'm not coming anywhere. Yeah, so CSK. Where does CSK go from here? They cannot go any lower in the points table. So where do they go? They're top of fair play table, guys. Well played. I think it's because their games end over very fast. Their games only last 30 overs, so you can't actually collect negative marks. They don't play long enough to get negatives and do funky
Hey,
stuff.
but
In our
if I
very
were doing
erudite preview of the IPL, I don't think the two people, I think it was Vamu and Max, predicted that CSK would be in this predicament, right? They were saying that 7 home games they'll win for sure because they have the spin firepower apparently, and some 2 more games they'll win, right? Like, but it's not even like people predicted this beforehand, right? That's the problem when Dhoni is there. You don't want to say anything
Correct.
in advance. You can only
No,
say it in
but-
hindsight.
Yeah, because you remember that COVID IPL, right? Where Dhoni came, he was like looking really stout. He had a very funny
Buff,
beard.
yeah.
And again, they played Mumbai in the first match, and as usual, Mumbai lost the first match. Chennai won that game. The rest of the season was Chennai lost all their games. Mumbai went on and won that season, if you remember. At the end of that match, or during the toss of that match, Harsha Bhogle asked Dhoni, "So is this the last season?" And Dhoni smiled and says, "Of course not. What are you talking?" And everybody said, "Hey, this fellow, he never goes away. He's like, shameless." They won 2 seasons after that with Dhoni as captain. How do you write that fellow off? You cannot, actually, because he's done it so many times in the past.
Only
So
Digvesh Rathi can write.
only Digvesh can write him off. And it is all in
Or
Abhishek
Sharma.
Sharma's pocket.
See, the best thing that CSK can do is get themselves banned, go away for 2 years after this.
Lots of
Because
fans have been hoping for that. Lots of fans are like, can we do something? Mayappan, we can do with a break now before the next auction.
No, but I think it's time we talked about RCB, guys. Like, contrary to
Absolutely.
popular.
Always.
No, I think we are recording this as the RCB Rajasthan Royals game is happening. So RCB chasing 173 for 4. They are 142 for 1 after 14.4 overs. So need like a runner ball 32. And Virat Kohli has been doing his stuff in chases like 40 balls, 54 runs.
Super.
Not out. So looks like a good win for them. RCB, it's weird. Like they can't like buy a win at home. They've been quite poor in the 2 matches
Hey, but
they
that is
played
because
at
it's
home.
KL Rahul's home. It is not their home.
Correct.
They're only tenants.
So, and it is weird because they actually went into the auction saying they wanted to pick a squad to be competitive at Chinnaswamy. And
What is
they've
weird
been,
about
like,
this? They've been doing this for 18 years, right?
No, but
No,
like
they've been
this
doing
time it
well.
was
That's what he's saying. Elsewhere.
part of the strategy. Yeah.
What? Krunal Pandya as the spin specialist for Chinnaswamy Stadium. That is part of strategy.
Yes.
He's bowling bouncers.
Hey, wait, I thought Suyash was their like number 1 spinner or something. Whatever happened to that fellow? He's gone. Huh?
He's still like bowling. He is an even worse fielder than Sunil Narine, basically. Like, yeah, literally, I've seen like the keeper rolling the ball to him when he's going back to his bowling mark, and he fumbles that also. Like, so he's like horrible. They look good. I think Phil Salt has been like a real game changer for them. Yeah, but again, they'll be there and thereabouts. I don't expect them to compete for the title this year. But yeah, I mean, look good for the.
Oh, we've already
playoffs.
reached the end of the season.
All CSK fans have reached the end of their tether. जल्दी playoffs करके खत्म कर दो. हमसे नहीं हो पाएगा.
Simulate the rest of the matches.
I have to give credit to Hank though, like he did say during the 3rd IPL preview episode that we did, like that Delhi, and we all laughed at him then in all like hubris.
What did he say? Does he remember?
He said Punjab and Delhi Capitals are going to do well this season, basically.
No, by the way, simply because no one else was going for that, I said, okay, I'll go for that.
Hank, I was on that episode. Do you remember who I supported?
this
I
was
might
the
have also
episode
supported
with
one
the
of these 2
skit.
teams. Yeah, skit
Name.
episode. Correct. I think I also picked Delhi in that episode, dude.
Did you?
And,
Okay.
and Delhi is doing well, right?
You bought jersey and all that. That much commitment you're having.
No, that's why he went for Delhi.
No, I was brand partner 4 years back. I got this official jersey. Who's going to buy the bloody Delhi Capitals jersey? Mad or what? Yeah, it's in the name.
It's inclusive.
Sorry. It's inclusive, exactly.
Hey,
Correct.
who cares? Wait, so Vamu, you're saying RCB won't make the playoffs, sir?
No, they'll make the playoffs possibly 3rd or 4th, but they don't like they'll do their usual RCB stuff. They'll just sneak into the playoffs, but they'll be out in the eliminators or something. No, Delhi looks really good this season, especially with KL in there. So I mean, if he continues playing the way he does, they got a rock solid bowling attack as well. So they look really good.
I want Delhi and Punjab, man. Come on. Shreyas versus KL. Let's do it. Let's do it for the unsung heroes. Yeah.
What about Mr. Goenka? We finally had
He's unsung hero. He's only singing that. Mohan Bagan won. He's standing with the trophy.
Lifting trophy. I think that only
Sanjeev Mohan Bagan.
Rishabh Pant opened the innings finally in an IPL game. So I think their regular opener was injured or indisposed. Mitch Marsh didn't turn up apparently because he was away to take care of his daughter, whatever that means. So Pant came in and
Pant
opened.
could have babysat that. It would have been so much better. Which March should have played. They missed it.
Win-win for everyone. Yeah, I agree. Tim Payne approves.
We should also maybe talk about Nicholas Pooran, guys, and what a season he is having.
Who's stopping you, Dad?
What a season he is having. There was some stat which popped up yesterday about Nicholas Pooran against left arm spin this season. I think he's faced 15 or 16 balls of left arm spin, and he's striking at around 450 against left arm spin. This is across matches basically. That's how Sai Kishore, who's been probably the best spin bowler in the competition so far. He took him down for 24 runs in a single over yesterday, and he just took him out of the game altogether. And batting him at number 3 has been a stroke of genius from LSG, and it's fair to say that him along with Mitch Marsh, somebody who has again never done well in the IPL, those two are carrying LSG along so far.
Pooran has done well in the past though. This year has been sensational, but he has had some of these very high innings. Right?
6 or something. No?
Low. He bats low. Yeah, usually. I also want to talk about Krunal Pandya, guys, and this trend of spinners bowling bouncers. Dale Steyn put out a tweet because Krunal, I think, went off with back pain or something, and Dale Steyn said, "Welcome to the bouncer life," which was apt. The only spinner I remember bowling bouncers was Shane Warne. Right, and I think even during Lakshman's 281, he once tried to bowl a bouncer, which also Lakshman hit for 4.
Hey, Ganguly never bowled a bouncer.
When did Ganguly bowl a spin?
Ganguly is the kind of batsman who would get bounced out by a spinner. Yeah.
Kumble has bowled bouncers, by the way.
That is just as good length ball, Dad.
I'll tell you somebody else who regularly used to throw bouncers when he was furious, and that was Shahid Afridi, basically.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He used to hurl them in, basically.
Yeah. The elbow would go all over the place. R. Ashwin approved elbow action for those balls.
Just on Anil Kumble, right? He was the one who did this long before KL Rahul. He drew a circle in Bangalore and said, this
Anil Kumble circle.
That is how Anil Kumble circle. Aaja mere circle mein aaja. Hey, what happened to Shivam Dube? He stopped hitting sixes and all. Isn't he part of
Shivam Dube was supposed to be the impact sub, no? And then they could not bring him in for some game because... No, wait, I'm confusing with something else. No, Patirana was supposed to be the super sub, but they could not bring him in because they lost too many wickets. And they instead brought somebody else to bat. Yeah.
Uda. Yeah.
Shivam Dube basically took Dhoni's pre-match quotes too seriously. Like, we are not a team that hits sixes. So they're like, "Fir main kya kar raha hu yahan pe? Job chodu." So he's also stopped hitting sixes. Shivam Dube has become.
No, I'm saying the team itself, we discussed it, right? Full comedy team only it is.
Yeah. I think we should go back to our favorite player, the mascot from the last episode, which is Digvesh Rathi. So in the last episode, I remember you guys, Vamu, you were on that episode, the wonderful episode where you guys spoke about how he is doubling down. They fined him for his, his premeditated celebrations where he was going and writing checks off. And he doubled down even further after that episode where he started signing on the ground, right? He goes down and writes something now and all. But you guys obviously spoke eloquently about his bowling action and his forebears. But for me, his bowling action resembles Umar Gul, guys. You remember Umar Gul in that super over or that bowl out that happened in 2007, where the match was tied and both teams had to try and hit the stumps. And Pakistan completely lost the plot there. They get Afridi, Yasser Arafat.
Dhoni was actually a young wicketkeeper. Yeah, he actually took off his cap and stood behind the wicket. No, yeah, correct.
He didn't stand. He goes down on his knees and he basically increased the target for the bowlers.
Back when MS Dhoni had knees. What a throwback.
Back when he had no knees. That's true. But if you remember Umar Gul.
No, now that's then. Now he's ni padi na padi.
True that. But if you remember Umar in that match, he bowls off some 4 paces. He bowls a gentle medium pacer. Pakistan lost the plot. They didn't know what to do. And they bowl like gentle outswingers. All of them missed the stumps, right? If you remember. Afridi
They were
bowls.
bowling bounces and all.
Yeah, it was complete random, like Krunal Pandya before Krunal Pandya existed. See, I have this Digvesh Rathi, right? I have my doubts about him. I'm always very doubtful of men who wear that hairband thing, right, which holds back their hair. I don't know what you call it, that thing that goes zigzag, right, which they hold. Whenever I see guys who wear that, I'm like, it's not Dinda didn't do that. Dinda, you're talking about the sweatband. I'm talking about the plastic thing.
Oh, there was an Australian left-arm fast bowler. What's his name?
Nathan Bracken. Bracken used to be a very good bowler until he started wearing that band. So you see, this actually proves my point, right? Any thoughts, additional thoughts on Digvesh Rathi, guys?
There was a nice feature on Cricinfo also around him about how apparently he started off as a traditional off-break bowler, and this transition into like a mystery spinner has happened through COVID. He set up something on his terrace and started bowling there apparently. And this celebration is something that he's been doing for a long time. So it's weird.
The signature business.
Yeah, the signature business. So it was, I think this was one of his coaches who gave an interview who apparently told him to change his celebration, but he said, like, let it be, I'm doing well with this celebration and stuff like that. So good luck, Mr. Goenka, filling up his match points for the season. So yeah, let's see. But he's been with the ball, he's been super good. Like, he's been one of the better spin bowlers this IPL and very difficult to get away as well.
Let's talk about some other shithousery stuff that has happened this week.
Oh, greatest shithousery is, I know this is slightly old. They asked Fleming about Ashwin's YouTube channel, and he said, what YouTube channel? I don't know about any YouTube channel, right? Do you guys remember?
He said it is irrelevant.
Yeah, he said something. And then Ashwin and team anyway stopped their YouTube. But some people have been looking at their old videos. Apparently, the problem is Ashwin's tips are all hidden inside his YouTube channel, and they're not going back to his team, because he had actually said Priyan Sharia is a very good player. Some IPL team should get him. And he came and smashed Ashwin only. Yeah, so that was good.
By the way, there's one piece of information I think all of you IPL experts missed. Did you know that Glenn Maxwell has got a record for hitting the maximum number of ducks in the IPL?
No.
He's got all his ducks in a row.
I thought Rohit was leading that. Rohit and Maxwell were like competing on that.
But didn't Maxwell get a duck in the game yesterday or recently?
He may have.
So he's got the maximum number of ducks now.
Okay, anyhow, Mumbai played today, so
Yeah, guys, any thoughts on Mumbai Indians who are continuing to have a very Mumbai Indian type season?
But important question, who is the Mumbai Indians captain?
There's always a trick question, man. Bumrah, no?
No.
Hardik Pandya.
Hardik Pandya.
But I thought they made Surya Kumar Yadav the captain, and suddenly Hardik.
Please don't.
You are confusing Mumbai Indians with regular Indians. That is the problem.
I think going back to our favorite team, I think one bit of shithousery that did happen was when Ruturaj got injured and Dhoni was to be named the new captain. Yeah. Like, Stephen Fleming came into the press conference and said, like, Ruturaj will be replaced as captain by an uncapped player, MS Dhoni.
Correct.
That was his actual statement.
Even Ruturaj said this. I mean, yeah, there was a quote.
He said young wicketkeeper.
Young wicketkeeper. Like, as if some Monu Singh or somebody is becoming the captain. Like, that level of, like, they've completely written off the season.
Monu Singh sounds like the love child of Harbhajan Singh and Srishant. Like, born out of that slam. Monu Singh. Proper troll name. Sorry. Apologies to Monu Singh, his family, and all his millions of fans.
Talking of meme names, what happened to Vipraj Nigam? Or is that just a ChatGPT name that I'm imagining? I remember seeing it in the first week of the tournament.
Vipraj Nigam sounds like some scheme by BSNL on some KSRTC operated bus or something.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. It sounds like a Videsh Sanchar Nigam is the overseas player. Yesterday there was a guy called Himmat Singh, man, who has like a very smart mustache. Did you see him? On debut, he came with like a brilliant mustache. His name is Himmat Singh. On the scorecard, it's just called Himmat. I'm like, are they just making all this shit up now? It's tough to say. There is a Ishan Malinga and a Zishan. who's different from Ishan
Ishan
Malinga.
Malinga.
Yeah. You
No,
watched this
Malinga.
match apparently yesterday.
This is a guy who played Ishan Malinga.
Yeah.
In yesterday's
He's
game.
a Sri Lankan. Yeah. And there's a spin
Oh,
bowler,
okay.
leg spinner called Zishan also. Yeah.
Against Sri
For
Lanka.
one of-
Ishan what?
No.
Ansari.
Leg spinner. Ansari.
Zishan Ansari. Yeah.
Big spinner is his surname.
Monu Singh. Meme cricketers and meme teams.
Meanwhile, RCB have won.
Oh, you're making it sound as if some patient on the ventilator just died. Grim update. RCB have just won, guys. Moment of silence.
Man.
In India, conference rooms also have like TV in your face, is it?
Guys, did you realize today RCB normally never wins when they wear this green jersey, right? Which is the Earth Day
Correct,
jersey.
correct.
Today they've actually
What
won.
really? Didn't
Yeah.
Chris Gill score 175 in Earth jersey only?
That is like one of.
No, that was not Earth jersey.
No.
No.
No, that is red jersey.
Sure.
No. I'm saying, but today they have
No,
won in
I
green
think Tony
jersey.
is right.
Why are they wearing a green jersey today?
More than last year also explained this to you. Year before that also explained this to you. I will tell you why they are wearing green jersey today. It is a tribute to CSK because CSK have been planting trees everywhere. So these guys. So Vamu mentioned those memes, right? The greenery memes that have been coming out. So one of them, of course, is strawberry farmer comes at number 9, plants 2 trees and goes away. So that is the one thing. There was another one which KKR put out, which had all the KKR bowlers and saying they're all contributing to make the planet green. So you had like Varun Chakravarti, Sunil Narine, all planting trees. Then there was another one which said, which came yesterday with Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head going bang bang, and I think who else scored yesterday? Shreyas Iyer scored. So like Dhoni is planting trees and these guys are coming and uprooting trees from the same.
Amongst the more juvenile ones, someone put out basically a packaging of Durex extra dots condoms, and obviously the packaging was in yellow color. They're like obviously yellow for a reason.
What's the joke?
Dots.
Oh, dots.
Extra
Oh,
dots.
nice.
Got it.
What's the
What is the joke? It's like, gave full build up saying it's juvenile, and then it's like, what is the joke?
Because of the dots, the joke came late.
where the rubber meets the road? Latency in latexy.
Yeah, okay.
It is a condom drum.
Hank, I don't know if we will have you back for the rest of the IPL season, so why don't you replenish your predictions for who's going to make the playoffs?
So
Give us
again,
4 teams.
Delhi Capitals, Punjab, and maybe LSG and RCB, the last 4.
Oh, last 4. He's hedging his bets. He said last 4. No, wherever they finish, he'll say I predicted. First 4 last.
Punjab's number 6, by the way, right now.
They'll be okay.
They'll be okay.
Preeti Zinta. I was really upset during the week. Preeti Zinta became selector. She said that someone has to play for India. The guy who scored a century. What's his name?
Viprajnikov.
Priyan Sharia.
Arya. To select.
You're just being sexist. Same thing Ashwin said, you did not interfere. Just because Preeti Zinta said, you're like...
Wait, Kohli stepping into uncle mode, guys. I feel like this needs some coverage. Basically, after Priyan Sharia scored the 100, Virat Kohli put out a very uncle-esque Instagram post. No, basically.
Correct.
Did he put out that Instagram post, or it was just like some like random people? I don't think he put out anything.
This is a very weird thing to put as a spoof, Dan. Like, I don't understand. He basically said, "Step up, God bless you."
No. I think the background is, I think last year when Shubman Gill played a match-winning innings against RCB,
Okay.
I think that innings knocked RCB out of the tournament. Not the last year, maybe the year before that.
Yeah,
Then he had like put out an Instagram post saying that Shubman Gill, you're a star or something of that sort, basically. So I think that's the background here, basically. I don't think he put out, like, though I'm not 100% sure.
Dude, is there any brand called Priyan Sharia? If not, then it is definitely not a post by Kohli. I think that is the truth.
Who has ended his long-term association with Puma and has switched to some other brand. I don't know what it is.
Wrong.
No.
Okay.
But this is some brand that he's invested in only. So that way.
Correct. Very good. Good for him.
He is basically setting himself up for some Rajnikant movie, no? Like after cricket, he'll like save India with all the money or something. Like one of those things.
You mean UK?
Yeah, UK.
ब्रेक्सिट को वेक्सिट कर दिया. All right, okay. I think on that note, we shall wind up episode 165 of the Bits and Pieces. Hank has predicted that Lucknow, Delhi, and Punjab are going to make the playoffs along with RCB. We will hold him to this and check whether it happens. Have a good flight back home, Hank. And thanks for joining. Vamu, Tony,
See you guys.
say bye.
See you.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.